Well, a special thanks to Chucky 2009 for his nice words in his video about my hay rake. But today my hay rake is making noise. Farming around these fence rows. Yeah, it was clinking around, but now it should be back to quiet. Does still need some work. I still didn't go over all the tines. Not all the tines have a little bend to it. The previous owner had just put tedder tines on and they're straight. They don't have any type of curve. I'm just raking this real steep field. 2 more passes and I'm done. My nerves are shot. I don't know if I'm gonna get to bale it today. Just holding on for dear life. I will say, I had told you guys that when I got these new tires put on, these Firestone Super All Traction 23 degrees, they were expensive, but the tire guy that installed them said that these were tested to be pretty good on hillsides. They hold really well. So I thought, well, I can't see the tires make a huge difference on the hill. If it's steep, it's steep. Compared to the other ones I had on, those ones that had rubber missing and were down to about 30% tread, I have to say the stability of this, plus, and I'm sure this helps a lot too, the calcium in both tires is where it needs to be, as opposed to last time I had one that was lower. So it's balanced a whole lot better. If you're on the side hill and you do go over a little bit of a rough spot, you know how you're going along and you just hit a little bit of a dip, or like any little low spot, the tractor wants to rock a little, the stability is much better. Plus, I am glad I am towing my rake this year instead of having the rake hang on the 3-point arms. Just terrible when you got to the end of the field and you lifted the rake on the hillside and have your front end coming up and down, and I don't have any weights for this, I just didn't buy them yet. Towing the rake, I feel a lot safer on the hills. So it's quiet again. 2-3 more passes and I'm done, and I'm off the steepest part. I'm not looking forward to baling this whatsoever. If I roll a hay wagon, I'll do a special video on it. So, and you can't even see it. Standing here, the field is down there. So that's just how these rolling hills are. I only do this field once a year anyway, so I'm almost done with it. It's mowed and almost raked, so just to get it baled and get it off, and then I don't need to worry about it till next year. So just a quick view of the soybeans. These end rows are a little skimpy. They're coming. They're really pushing. When we got that rain, you can see there's good weed control. Last year we didn't have good weed control, so I did improve a little bit there. There's a few of those stupid things up there. I'm gonna go with the backpack sprayer and wipe them out with just some Roundup. But huge improvement. It was Ag PhD when they were talking about late season soybean weed control. They said the 3-pre works, and I'm a believer this year. It cost me a lot of money to do, but compared to last year, it's so much cleaner. I mean, you can see, well, this is just grass, but and the post emerge was done at the right time. The beans were yellow from all the rain. Now we're kind of in a mini drought here. If we get another rainstorm, these should push. So I'm really feeling a lot better compared to how I was early in the spring. I was pretty darn upset about everything, but it's coming. It's shaping up to be a little bit better. We just can't have any type of consistency with weather. It seems like our rains are not just your normal shower. They're like 3-4 inches at a time, and it's just tough with that kind of environment. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking and finish raking this field, put the rake away. It is fairly dry. If I was if I didn't feel like baling it today, I wouldn't have to. I could wait till tomorrow, but we'll see. Let me finish up the raking here. This little strip is only so wide and you can't turn around on the end, so I got to come out here, turn around there and head back. So all right guys, I'll come back with you. And just a quick view. I know that you can't see steepness on camera. We've been through that a couple times. We take it a little easy here. Just so rolly. There's just no rhyme or reason to it. Alright, so when I turn around up on this upper end, you can see there's no beans here, so that's why I'm turning around in this spot. Instead of going all the way out, my custom harvest crew will thank me when they come to cut this and get this stupid thing out of here. Alright, so I'm not really sure what that is. That was pretty low. I'm thinking maybe the power company. You see the main trunk for this power line runs through here. It's like a main supply line for the air. Well, I shouldn't say that. I don't really know where it goes. I know it goes out. There is a town up on that mountain there, kinda, just up in there. Kinda, well, it's hard to describe it here. There's a town about a mile away up there. I don't know if that has anything to do with feeding it or if it's coming to feed some more rural customers. My power here on these power poles comes in from the street out there. So my line is part of that line, but it doesn't, you'd think it would just jump from that pole to these poles, but it doesn't. There's a lot of power lines here. So it could be, I know last year they were flying around and they were pretty darn low. He came in, I'd love to get it on camera. He came in and swooped down just about that. His skis were at the top of that power pole there. They were looking at it, so that might be what it is. I'm not doing any crop dusting with an airplane. For one, my fields are too small. He'd just start and have to pull up right away. So anyway, back to it. So you guys will take notice, I have been filming a lot of helicopters and airplanes, and anytime I see something interesting fly over, there was that C-130, I think, or whatever it was, that plane I thought was a Coast Guard helicopter, or a Coast Guard airplane. There is a airport not too far from here, and the military uses it too, I think, for some training, so there's a lot of activity. So I do like aircraft. Used to be a student pilot at one time. Never completed the pilot training. I got pretty darn close, but it just got too expensive. That was right around the time when that oil crisis was, and it was just after what happened in New York City in the early 2000s, and the flying game totally changed at that time. And it was something like $200 an hour for the lessons with the fuel, because the airplane fuel got to be ridiculous. You just couldn't afford it. As much as I wanted to do it, as much as I wanted to have my pilot's license, it just had to stop because I could not afford it. At the time I was in college, I was working part-time to help pay for the flying lessons, and it just, I couldn't do it. It was it was something I couldn't do. The flight school said, well, we do offer financing. You can finance your pilot's license. And at the time, I didn't have any debt, and I was kind of scared to go into debt. So just never finished. I don't know what the prices are today, but I still have a logbook with some flight time. So it's the Cessna 172 Skyhawk. I really enjoyed that plane. So anyway, guys, back to it here. If anybody's interested, I do have some flying stories I can tell you. I'll save those for winter, maybe Friday story time. But anyway, I do like airplanes, so I will film as many as I can. When I was a kid, those A-10 Warthogs used to fly over, and they would fly over so low, so fast. It was just amazing. I don't think I could get my camera up in time to be able to catch it, but you could see the you could see the teeth painted on the nose that they were that low, and they came screaming through here that fast. When I was a kid, around the time of the first Gulf War, they were doing some training exercises. So anyway, I'm gonna get the baler out and get ready to bale this hay. All right, we're going to bale the very last field of first cutting 2018 hay season. Way down there. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Blood pressure is already up. So I'm gonna buckle up here and we'll see how it goes. It is Friday the 13th. So this could be pretty interesting. I'll see what I can do, see what I can get. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my phone handy in case something happens, but just not looking forward to this. But I did it last year, so it can be done. All right, one thing I will say, one thing to note, I will be baling in low second. I don't care about bale size or length or consistency or keeping enough in the bale chamber to make nice long bales. I just want to get this field off, so I'm just not really worried about, not so much worried about bale size. We're going to take it easy, take it a little slower, more time to react if I have a problem. It's down there, the top is okay, but it's right down there, there's a knuckle, and it's not just this way, it's either this way or this way. It's hanging sideways and down or up. So I'd rather hang sideways and up than sideways and down. So we'll give this a try. All right, the first round isn't too bad. When we get to center, it gets a little tough. So far, so good. All right, so this wagon is not full. I don't want it to be full. It's about all I want to put on the hillsides. I saved the steepest parts for last with an empty wagon. So let me do a wagon change here and get back at it. All right, guys, I'm going to end the video there. We are done. First cutting hay for 2018. And I am just as happy as can be that this is done. I did a video like this last year when I was finished first cutting hay. Just a great feeling. So I got to get 2,4-D on this, that, down there, and up there, as I did have some poison ivy for second cutting. That'll go fast. That doesn't take long. Spraying always goes nice for me. So we'll finish that project. And basically that puts us at a spot now. I have to weed whack and trim. I always try to take a couple days in the summer to clean up the farm, make it look a little nicer as far as the weeds. Then maybe finally we can get back in the shop. I want to finish painting the 395. I want to get the fuel issue on the Farmall 560 fixed. I'm thinking I might paint the hay rake. We might paint the hay bind. Finally back in the shop doing some shop work. The time of the year when I'm done with the hay. It'll be at least a month or more till I'm ready to come back, I think, with everything else I got going on. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm very happy. I'm gonna relax tonight. Probably be unloading wagons on Saturday, maybe. Today's Friday. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming along, and I appreciate all the comments and subscriptions and support through First Cut Hay. I survived. I didn't roll the tractor. 986 lives to bale another day. So all right, thanks.